I'm Dawn.
I'm Georgette.
And I'm Matt.
And you're watching Word of Mouth.
They gossip as I sip my coffee, you smirk. The first stop is people have to work. Bust it, I'm like $1, $2, $1.50, $1.69. I got it. You want a box of condoms? What kind? That's 2 quarters, 2-quarter waters. The New York Times, you need a bag for that. The taxes got it. Once you get some practice at it, you do rapid mathematics automatically. Selling maxi pads, fuzzy dice for taxi cabs. Practically everybody's stressed, yes, but they press through the mess, bounce checks, and wonder what's next. In the Heights.
In the Heights is set in Washington Heights, New York, which is northern Manhattan. It was 181st Street to be exact.
And it's all about different Latin people that will live in a neighborhood together and how they're not really all family, but they're like family because they've been there for years together. And it's what goes on in a couple of days in their lives.
Usnavi was the corner bodega owner, and times were tough. Times were tough for everybody in that neighborhood. He had a cousin, Sonny, who worked with him.
There's another guy who runs a auto limousine car service, and there's a couple of Puerto Rican women who run a beauty salon, a hair salon, and they're really good.
There's 3 different or 4 different things going on the stage at the same time. And they're all singing together to the same music, but different things. So your head's bouncing back and forth trying to keep up with everything. But for some reason, you don't lose it. You're able to keep it all going.
Someone wins the lottery, and then the big question is, how are they going to spend the money? What are they going to do? Are they going to get a better life outside of the Heights? Are they going to stay there?
Here they live in Washington Heights, and they think life is so rough. And they dream about going somewhere else, maybe back to an island that their family came from. But when it comes right down to it, they realize home is where the heart is.
The main actor in the show, Lin-Manuel, he's Usnavi in the musical. He wrote the music, and I think part of the story as well.
I don't know what kind of a background in music or what he had, or if he's just from a street corner. But it's incredible that all the music follows the storyline, and it all comes together.
To have someone who has that much involvement in it be the lead actor just brings the show over the top.
It was the perfect mix of a love story, a comedy, music, dancing. It was completely entertaining.
The writing was terrific. The musical lyrics, spot on. Everything it worked really well for me, and I really enjoyed it.
The music's phenomenal. The singing, the dancing. I know I get really excited, but I just can't even describe how great it was.
The cast was fantastic. The cast was very well put together.
Robin De Jesus plays Sonny. He's the little guy that everybody loves.
My friend who was sitting next to me laughed when Sonny came on the stage before he even said anything because she knew whatever he said was going to be funny. He was great.
Andrea Burns, who plays the salon owner, reminds me of Rita Moreno from West Side Story. She is so full of life. She's like beyond. I mean, she really gets into it. She's really funny. And although she has the thickest accent of anyone in the play, you definitely can understand her, and she is very, very funny.
Abuela Claudia took on Usnavi as her grandson. They had a close relationship, and they took care of each other.
The woman who played Abuela was terrific. I saw her picture in the playbill, and she played the part, and she acted the part of this old woman so well. I believe that she was a 70-year-old woman.
It was definitely authentic. It was current time. It was current outfits. It's actually what I'm sure people are wearing in Washington Heights right now. It's how they hang out at night, how they spend their time.
You don't have to be Latin. You don't have to know anything about it because they do explain each thing, so you'll know what it means. They don't only talk Spanish, but the part that touches your heart, you don't have to be Latin to feel it.
If you do know Spanish, if you can speak some Spanish, you're going to catch a few more jokes. But myself, I don't speak any Spanish, and it's still fully entertaining. I
grew up in the Bronx, even though it wasn't the same neighborhood. I had friends that lived in Latin neighborhoods, and I loved it. I loved the smells and the cuchifritos and all that stuff. So everything that I heard and everything I saw just brought me back to when I was a kid. That's why I was crying.
It was incredible. It was so fun and exciting.
The way it all comes together in the second act, and the way you see these people's lives influence each other, and the way the neighborhood watches out for one another. It's really uplifting, and it's really got a positive message at the end.
In fact, I think that we're going to leave and go back and buy tickets now, because if you don't, you won't be able to get them next week. I think that it's going to take off like a rocket.
I might buy tickets for next weekend for my wife and I. I'd love to see it again.
Absolutely, absolutely go see In the Heights.
We could pay off the debts we